Want to discuss about the topic photosynthesis. Okay, this is very important for the NEET botany. Okay, first of all, what is a photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is very important in the plant. Okay, first, what is a photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is very important process in the plant for the synthesis of the glucose and oxygen. The photosynthesis is process utilizes the photosystem. How many photosystems are involved in photosynthesis? Two types of photosystems are involved. First one is the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Okay, these two are very important for the photosynthesis. Next one, very important pigments are called quantasomes. Quantasomes is a collection of the photosynthetic pigment during the photosynthesis. Another name of the quantasome is very important complex photo unit. Okay, this is the quantasomes. These two important requirements are utilized by the photosynthesis. Okay, first in this photosystem, another one is the photosynthesis can be done in two ways. First one is the light reaction. Second one is the dark reaction. Light reaction and a dark reaction. In this light reaction, again divided into two categories. Okay, the light reactions can be divided in two categories. First one is the photophosphorylation. The another name of the light reaction is called photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation means the synthesis of the phosphate during the light reaction. So, the another name of the light reaction is called photophosphorylation because the synthesis of the ATP from the ADP molecules. Okay, the light reaction is again divided into two types depending upon the cyclic and non-cyclic reactions. First, the photosynthesis process depending upon the two types of reactions. First reaction is light reaction, second one is the dark reaction. First discuss about the light reaction. Another name of light reaction is called photophosphorylation. What is the photophosphorylation? The synthesis of the ATP during light, in presence of light. In presence of light, the ATP is synthesized. So, the another name of the photosynthesis light reaction is called photophosphorylation. So, the photophosphorylation reaction again divided into two types. First one is the cyclic photophosphorylation. Second one is the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, these two are very important reactions in the light reactions. What is the non-cyclic? What is a cyclic? So, coming to the non-cyclic photophosphorylation reaction. Coming to first non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation is very important in the photosynthesis process. Photophosphorylation. Non-cyclic. First, what is the important requirements for the non-cyclic photophosphorylation? First reaction, this is the reaction center. in this leaf molecule, the reaction center having chlorophyll A. So this is the reaction center. What is the center? Reaction center. Okay, next, surrounding the reaction center, some important molecules is present in the leaf of the plant. What are the important molecules? These are called accessory pigments. What is this? Accessory pigments. Okay. These two combinations of the accessory pigment and reaction center, the combination is called antenna complex. What is this? Antenna complex. This is very important bit for the NEET. Okay, what are the accessory pigments? Accessory pigments is surrounded by the reaction center. The center of the reaction molecule is chlorophyll A. The combination of the accessory pigments plus reaction center is called antenna complex. Okay, these are very important requirements for the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So, what is coming to the process? Okay, these are the important requirements. Next one is the coming to process. What is main in the chlorophyll A? The absorption center is photosystem 2. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation reaction start with the photosystem 2. Photosystem 2, which absorbs wavelength is 680 nanometers. 680 nanometers. This is another neat bit. Photosystem 2, which absorbs wavelength is 680 nanometers. Okay. Coming to process. Okay, non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The process start with the sunlight. Okay, this is the sunlight. Sunlight falling on the reaction center, chlorophyll A, and surrounding pigments called accessory pigments. These pigments are absorb sunlight. Accessory pigments are example of xanthophyll, carotenoids. Okay, these are called xanthophyll, carotenoids, and chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D. So the combinations of the pigments, the collective pigments which are responsible for utilized for the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, first these are the sunlight falling on the accessory pigments and reaction center chlorophyll A. So the photons are released from the sunlight. These photons are absorbed accessory pigments and finally enter into the reaction center chlorophyll A. So the photons are absorbed by the accessory pigments and finally enter into the reaction center chlorophyll A. So the energy is added on the center of the chlorophyll A from the sunlight through the photons. Okay, the sufficient amount of the energy is released in the reaction center. This energy is utilized for the pair of electrons. In this reaction center, a pair of electrons is excited into excited state. Excited from the ground state to excited state. So in this excited state, the acceptor is present in the leaf molecule. What is the acceptor? Primary electron acceptor. What is the PEA? Primary. PEA means it's very important for the NEET. Primary. P means primary. E means electron. A means acceptor. Okay. This is a primary electron acceptor absorbed by the excited electrons. A pair of electrons present in the chlorophyll A which absorbs protons. This sufficient energy is transportation of the electrons from the ground state to excited state by the help of photons. Excited state of during excited state, the electrons is enter into the primary electron acceptor. So again the pair of electrons is coming back to ground state, from the excited state to ground state through the electron gradient. Okay, through the electron gradient. What are the important components are involved in electron gradient? The pair of electrons gradually coming to down from the excited state to ground state through the electron gradient. This gradient contains three important electron carriers. First carrier is plastoquinone. Second carrier is cytochrome. Third one is a plastocyanin. So the name is plastoquinone. Second one is the cytochrome. Third one is the plastocyanin. Okay. These three are very important for the plastoquinone, cytochrome and plastocyanin. These three are very important electron carriers. The pair of electrons is excited from ground state to excited state, again excited state to ground state through the electron gradient with the help of electron carriers. What are the carriers? Plastoquinone, cytochrome and plastocyanin. So the electrons is come back into the ground state. During this process, some amount of energy is released. So that energy is at the site of cytochrome. So that energy is utilized for the synthesis of ATP. So a pair of electrons is come back into ground state from the excited state through the electron carriers. So some amount of energy is released at the reaction at the electron carrier is cytochrome. So that energy is utilized for the synthesis of the ATP from the ADP plus Pi. So what is the main important reaction is synthesis of phosphate. The synthesis of phosphate during photosynthesis reaction. So the name is photophosphorylation. In presence of light, the phosphate molecule is synthesized. So the reaction name is, the process name is photophosphorylation. So the electrons is transported from the PEA to plastoquinone, plastoquinone to cytochrome, cytochrome to plastocyanin. Again, the plastocyanin to another reaction center is, two reaction centers are involved in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Second reaction center name is, second photosystem is photosystem 1. The first system name is photosystem 2, second system name is photosystem 1. So the pair of electrons is reached to second reaction center is photosystem 2, photosystem 1. So the first photosystem is photosystem 2, second photosystem is photosystem 1. This is called photosystem 1. Okay, the photosystem 1 absorbs wavelength is 700 nanometers. Photosystem 2 absorption center is 680 nanometers. In this photosystem 1 is absorption center is 700 nanometers. So the pair of electrons is reached to chlorophyll A of the reaction center photosystem 1. So the pair of electrons again the reaction center photosystem 2, photosystem 1 surrounded by the another accessory pigments. These accessory pigments, same the process, the sunlight again fall on the reaction center chlorophyll A, which absorbs wavelength is 700 nanometers. So again a pair of electrons is excited from the ground state to excited state, accepted by the primary electron acceptor. So the primary electron acceptor, the paired electrons excited to again ground state through the electron gradient is, what is the electron gradient? This is the electron transport chain through the FD, ferredoxin. Ferredoxin is very important electron carrier. Ferredoxin is very important electron carrier. In this photosystem 2, what are the carriers? Plastoquinone, cytochrome and plastocyanin. But in photosystem 1, what is the important carrier? Ferredoxin. In this ferredoxin, the pair of electrons is from excited state to ground state through the ferredoxin electron transporter. So in this in that reaction, the ferredoxin, what is the important application of ferredoxin? Important application of ferredoxin is synthesis of the NADPH plus H plus is very important reducing power with the help of NADP. Okay, the adding of NADP, releasing of NADH plus H plus. So the NAD having one pair of electrons and one pair of protons. Okay, first this is a non-cyclic photophosphoryl reaction because a pair of electrons is released from the chlorophyll A reaction center, which come back into the which never come back into the reaction chlorophyll A. So that name is non-cyclic. So the pair of electrons is released from the chlorophyll A, enter into the excited state and ground state, again reaction center photosystem 1, excited state and ground state. So they never come back into the chlorophyll A. So the name is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In presence of light, photo. Synthesis of phosphate, phosphorylation. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So the electrons is never come back into the reaction center. So the name is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay. Next, this is very important reaction. This will look like a jet stream reaction. Another name of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation reaction is jet stream reaction. Jet stream, which look like is Z, alphabet Z. So jet stream reaction is another important NEET bit. What is the important NEET bit? Jet stream reaction. What is another name of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation? Jet stream reaction. Okay. Next, in this non-cyclic photophosphorylation, very important complexes are needed. What is the important complex? Photolysis. What is the important complex is? Photolysis. Photolysis. Photolysis means splitting of water molecule. Splitting of water molecule. So the splitted water molecule is splitting of water molecule. Okay, light is there. The falling. Okay. The splitting of water molecule means the water can be splitted into 2H plus 2 electrons and one nascent oxygen. The splitted water molecule. So this is splitting of water molecule. Water can be splitted into 2 hydrogens, 2 electrons and nascent oxygen. So in presence of light. In presence of light. So this is called photolysis complex. What is the name of process? Photolysis. Photolysis, the need of photolysis is the proton donor, electron donor and nascent oxygen donor. Okay, first the electrons, a pair of electrons continuously loss in this process. So the pair of electrons is replaced with the help of photolysis in the reaction center chlorophyll A. A pair of electrons is replaced by the loss of electrons. So a pair of electrons is excited and transported into the chlorophyll 2 to chlorophyll A to another photosystem 1 chlorophyll A. So they never come back into the chlorophyll A molecule. So the replacement of the pair of electrons with the help of the photolysis complex. Okay, the photolysis is very important for this donor of the pair of electrons. So another important is a proton donor. The pair of protons is enter into a pair of proton. This pair of proton is enter into NAD. NAD is added. So the NAD having a pair of electrons, a pair of protons, which is synthesize the NADPH with the help of enzyme is called NADP reductase. Enzyme name is NADP reductase. This enzyme is very important for the synthesis of the NADPH. What are the main important requirements? A pair of electrons, a pair of protons. A pair of protons is released by the photolysis complex. So the photolysis is very important for this photophosphorylation reaction, since this non-cyclic photophosphorylation reaction. The nascent oxygen is a byproduct in the photophosphorylation reaction. Oxygen is a byproduct, proton is a donor for the synthesis of the reducing power. What is the reducing power? NADPH is a reducing power. So, what the main important products are non-cyclic photophosphorylation is, first one is the ATP. ATP synthesized and reducing power NADPH is synthesized, NADPH plus H plus. Third one is the nascent oxygen. These three are important products in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation reaction. So, this is a very important non-cyclic photophosphorylation. What is the location, main location of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation? The location name is, these all reactions takes place in the, what is the main important location is? Location is non-cyclic photophosphorylation location is a very important reaction, thylakoid. Okay, thylakoid is the location. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation takes place in the thylakoid. Thylakoid having a outer membrane and inner membrane. So the outer membrane having a important complex. That complex release a enzyme NADP reductase. What is the need of NADP reductase? NADP reductase is utilized for the synthesis of NADPH plus H plus, reducing power. The release of NADPH plus H. So this is the reducing power. Okay. Next, another important complex is present is photolysis complex in the inner thylakoid membrane. Photolysis. Photolysis. What is the need of photolysis? This is the important complex for the splitting of water molecule. Water can be split into 2 electrons, 2 protons and 1 nascent oxygen. So, these two important complexes are needed for the non-cyclic photophosphorylation reaction. So, this is a very important NEET bits are covered in this chapter, non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Coming to next class, cyclic photophosphorylation. So, this is the only non-cyclic photophosphorylation. What are the important products are there? Non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Important products. What is the location? What are the products? First location is a thylakoid. Location is thylakoid. Products are, what are the important products? This non-cyclic ATP, NADPH, NADPH plus H plus, nascent oxygen. So the NADPH is a reducing power, ATP is a phosphate. So high energy molecules, reducing power and nascent oxygen. What is the location? Thylakoid. Thylakoid having a two important membranes. Okay, outer membrane having an NADP reductase complex, inner membrane having a photolysis complex. So what is the importance of photolysis? The donor of the 2 protons, 2 electrons and 1 nascent oxygen. What is the need of NADP reductase? NADP reductase are utilized for the synthesis of the reducing power NADPH plus H plus by adding of NADP. Okay, NADP having 2 electrons, 2 protons. So, they converted into NADPH plus H plus with the help of enzyme NADP reductase. So, the complete non-cyclic, the process is called complete non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Non-cyclic means a pair of electrons never come back into the chlorophyll A. So, non-cyclic name. What is the photophosphorylation? Photophosphorylation means in presence of light. Photo. Phosphorylation means synthesis of ATP. Synthesis of ATP. So, the reason is non-cyclic photophosphorylation is the pair of electrons never come back into the chlorophyll A, and photo means in presence of light. Phosphorylation means the synthesis of the ATP and NADPH. The location wise thylakoid. So thylakoid having two important complex. First complex is the photolysis, which is located in the inner thylakoid membrane. What is the process? The splitting of water molecule. So split it into 2 electrons, 2 protons, to a byproduct nascent oxygen. So a pair of electrons is replaced with the loss of electrons in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation in the photosystem 2. So a pair of protons are utilized for the synthesis of the NADP, H plus H plus, with the utilization of NADP. With the help of enzyme NADP reductase. What is the byproducts of nascent oxygen? Nascent oxygen is very important byproduct in the photosynthesis process. So only this chapter is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Coming to next class, cyclic photophosphorylation reaction. So thank you so much. This is a very important class for the NEET bits. Okay, ma? Thank you.